Hey, bat up, bat up, bat up. Okay, here's the Empire, and his name is Sports Salty. Now, Sports Salty was part of the Sports Minis back in Series 2, a mini line that contained of several minis that were related to sports like football, soccer, and tennis. But Salty here represents the classic pastime of baseball, and it's always, I say, the baseball side of it is pretty well. This was the first salty I ever achieved gutting, and I used my seed to find actual salty, which should be damn well forever. But hey, it doesn't matter how long this thing takes. It just takes a while to get this thing looking. And always he looked great with this thing on. Okay? I don't know why, but I always thought he had a hat on. Like those actual baseball players have with the helmets. I mean, the other times I have one ear missing, but hey, it always makes them look great. And after all, it just makes it more fun to play. Well. Looks like my announcement here is over. Join me next Thursday as we look at the Toss Mini. Hey. And it's out! See you all later! There are some heroes that don't look the traditional part. Hero Samson is one of those ones. The first Samson I ever got. And, well, Samson's always been a mixed bag. I don't know why they chose this engine for Samson, honestly. He's a small cabless engine that has a pretty large and strong attitude. But he's still the size of Thomas. Which, yeah, I know in mini form, but even in the TV series, he's still the size of Thomas. Which is really surprising he can pull such strong and heavy trains. As for, like, the hero, he looks to be like a rock monster. Similar to the Thing from the Fantastic Four, only more grayish. I guess you could say he's similar to other rock-themed villains or heroes, but it can be easy to tell that he's one of those just... What even is he? Well, this was my first Samson. You know there's some scratches on him. But hey, he's always been one of them to get around. Well, it's all for now. Join me next time looking at a Toss Mini. Don't judge a book by its cover. Make your mind up too soon. Things aren't necessarily always what they're meant to be. Don't judge a book by its cover. Make it up too soon. Never judge a book by its cover. Well, that's one way to describe Gator. He looks kind of monstrous at times. His real name is Gerald, but everyone calls him Gator because he looks like an alligator. Yeah. And, well, his shape is like that, obviously, with the long sloping front and side tanks and the dark green color scheme on him. But he's a friendly, brave engine. He may be afraid of heights, but he's always happy and always willing to lend a hand. Even he has to go back sometimes and doesn't always visit. Gator is always wanting to instill wisdom, but he always has a attitude that shows that he just has a kind heart. Well, that's all for now. So next time, we're looking at a Thomas Mini. See you all later. Back to number 2 engine with Edward. This time, though, well, if the weather was anything like it is right now, which filming this in the beginning of April, it could be, this is chilling Edward. And, well, he's not covered in snow, obviously, but he looks the part. And, well, he is the part. But always cold and I mean, he has a wise engine, and his chilling appearance always makes him look somewhat unique. Okay, another early Edward, and this one I got back in, I think, series 1 back when I first collected Thomas Minis. And yeah, he's a bit old. His face got some scratches on him, and I don't know why, but I always found it odd that this was like how they described Edward, and he was kind of like going at times. This is what I got as Edward was just one of those minis I couldn't find, and he and Gordon were like the last 2 members of the Steam team I couldn't get. So, yeah. Edward is always there. But hey, he's fun. Oh, that's all for now. Join me next time and look at a Toss Mini. Here's an old favorite from my collection of characters. This is Neon Henry. Neon Henry was part of the Neon series, which included Toby, James, Bert, and Bash. I've always been kind of like pretty cool on Henry. His design is kind of hard to capture, but they did a good job of it. I love the Art Deco style. Makes him look unique. Although I never got why the roof here is left blank. I guess it was just a error on mine, maybe. I'm not quite sure. It's nice. Well, I really like this red, kind of like almost orange running board. It's not exactly orange, but if you pick it on camera, it looks really bright. Compared to, say, well, I have a normal Henry off the side of me. A normal Henry is a little bit lighter than the average Henry you get. Yeah, okay? And it's always fun just, well, fun to see how colorful he can be. Join me next Thursday as we're going to toss mini. You know, Gordon wasn't always this glam. He was once a drab little engine. But then Metallic series came around, and he'd rather be shiny, like the second pirate ship. Okay, quit quoting Moana, but anyways, this is Metallic Gordon. Metallic Gordon has a nice sheen to him that makes him shinier than the them. Okay? Other than Golden Thomas himself, whom, one second please, is right here. This is my only other Metallic mini. And, well, I mean, look at him. I mean, you could see my own face through him, I think, which is just really something else. Well, or as you can see my phone through him. And that's what really makes Ghost fun, is that it's just his metallic blue shine. Too bad fingerprints get on everywhere. It's a pain. But hey, I'm not complaining about fingerprints. I'm just here to get this guy out there and to see if he can swab the deck. Join me next time, and we look for another Toss Mini. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. It was the mash. It was a graveyard smash. The monster mash. And suddenly, to my surprise, well, Halloween may be a bit far away for us right now, but these are 10 ain't gonna this celebration. This is Spooky to 10, decked out in the classic Frankenstein attire. Or Frankenstein if you've seen Frankenstein. But this is a great one. Back in Series 1, I had like several of him. I made them into Bocos and bears. But this one right here is still the one I decided to keep in my collection. I mean, he has multicolor wheels, bolts on his head like he has electricity, and even hair, which is just something else. Okay. And yeah, I mean, it is unique just having a character who just screams Frankenstein from the Monster series, which include, or rather the Spooky series, which include characters like Edward, Percy, Emily, Porter, Salty, Thomas, and several others. I don't have them all, but I do like a chunk. Well, it's all for now. Join me next time as we look at another Toss Mini. Stop right there, little engine, or you may take one more step. That's what you think. It's morphing time! Tyrannosaurus! Thank you. Anyways, this is Goldar Victor. Goldar is, well, probably the Mighty Morphin line, which you also saw James, it will be a future mini we'll get to someday. Okay? Goldar is one of Mina's many forces in the original Mighty Power Rangers, and was probably the most iconic one. I don't know why they used Victor rather than him. Victor doesn't really seem like the type to use it. Goldar is this, well, I mean, I'm going to show you a picture right now. Goldar, or this half image of him, is a giant blue monster with a menacing attitude who takes no prisoners. This Goldar is an engineer who works at the Steamworks who fixes up, I'm going to say, Toby. One, this thing wouldn't care about fixing the engine. He'd rather want to smash it. And two, well, be honest, this is probably one of the artist creations out there. Still good, it's just that I don't see the purpose of this either. So then, Dino, let's make Goldar Victor for the hell of it. Well, that's all for now. Join me next time as we make a Thomas Minis. Thanks for watching. if you thought Toby would be an oldie but goldie, you haven't seen nothing yet with Stephen. Stephen is the oldest engine to ever be on Sodor. And let's see what parts. Well, for starters, he looks like he's an antique. I mean, the original Stephen had basically a funnel that didn't work and no boiler. Not to mention his paint work that James would always gripe about. But hey, this Stephen actually a pretty okay replica. I think that this one had a little back area right there is where the coal collects. And that barrel right there, I've never seen being used, honestly. Is that what he likes this old coal? Because he doesn't have a cab. So I wonder how the rain is like on this guy. But then again, Stephen is the oldest engine to be on Sodor. Based on, Stephenson's rocket here, right here. The very first steam engine that we won successfully. Before this, horses were used. Well, this has been quite the history lesson. Join next Thursday, we'll look at another Thomas Mini. Welcome back, everybody. And here's another Thomas Mini from space. This is Space Hero, part of the Space series. That included the characters like Gordon and Spencer along with him. And I had several of him. Oh, I don't mean other space series. I mean literally I saw of a hero. Yeah, this was one of the most common minis for me somehow. Everyone has those. Some people are more common with Dino Ben or Electric Porter. But for me personally, I was a space hero guy. And it's not weirdness or anything like that. Okay. I just got my lot of packs. Where are the parts? Well, there's guy over there. Yeah, let's just say that Porter making customies is taking the salvage of other engines. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home. Well, yeah, and I've always liked this design. Do I think I should have gotten several of him? No, but let's just say, yeah, he's got some good designs, and I always liked him. That's all for now. Let's look at another Thomas Mini.